Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'll be focusing on student loans, government student loans. How has it spiraled so high, and a few ideas on how to reduce them. Obviously, education has or is the bedrock for most civilizations, and it is paramount that individuals within these countries, all countries, get as much education as necessary because that will determine the way of life, the quality of life, and several other factors. But even at that, there's just so much that has gone into it that it has become a huge market to some and a huge disadvantage to others. In this video, I'll be focusing on just a few countries, America, the UK, and Japan. The United States is the most notorious for its huge government debt in terms of student loans, $1.5 trillion, citing a Forbes article from 2018. The UK is worth about 100 billion, and Japan is worth about $76 billion in student loan debt owed by the government. So it's or rather people to the government. It's fundamentally a question of inability or inability to pay back said loans. Now, why could that be the case? Is it because college tuition has just increased radically from 1980s to 2014? Apparently, it has gone up about 260%. That's 2.6 times how much it was in the 1980s. Meanwhile, other consumer items have gone up just about 120%. What's so special that's been taught in uni is that's making their own costs so spirally high. I guess it's a function of once institutions see that, oh yeah, you don't have to worry about how you get the money, just come and get your degree and yeah, you figure it out. We've gotten our money, you go and face the government. I proposed something radical to the Americans, to the Japanese, to the people in the UK, different countries that struggle with the same thing. There's nothing wrong in copying what the Germans have done, okay? They have much lower student debts, even though students still get loans from them. Well, what have they incorporated? Simple tweaks here and there, you know. Gosh, it's just crazy how much these countries owe, or rather, how much students owe their government. All right, I'll just focus on two things, okay? The first one, it's either we say, you know what, there's no longer government-backed student loans, okay? You save for it, your parents should know, okay, yes, I'm giving birth to one or two or three children. From the day they are born, I have to start saving for their education, or at least plan for it if they are going to go to uni and everything. On the other hand, if the government is going to be involved, then it's going to be involved in a limited capacity. Now, if the government involvement is completely scrapped, I believe this would be a good thing for students because it would lead to more competition between universities. How do I mean? If there's a law backing the ability of a student to enter a contract with their uni or higher educational facility in terms of, I get this education from you, and after a few years, I start paying you, the university, back. I think that's exactly what some schools do it in Germany, I think. You know what that means for the people, for the students? No lecturer is going to teach you relevant things. They are not going to teach you their feelings or emotions. They are going to teach you what to ensure that you're able to succeed in life and then come back to pay the fees. Because if you're quote unquote useless in getting the monies back, they're in trouble. the money they run on keeps going down by the year. No school want to do that. I think that would be a huge advantage for students. Secondly, depending on where you want to apply to, if schools are saying, look, if you graduate on time or before time, I beg your pardon, you get X amount of your total loans off. If you finish top of your class, or if you're able to create or apply for some patents that are worth it during your educational time, you get X amount of your tuition off. These are ways to actually create competition. It's not about designing a new coffee room and making the cafeteria just looking cool. No, that's not what uni is not supposed to be, for you to go and be comfortable and just have the best time of your life. And then when you come out, you realize, oh, I'm in trouble. I have nothing to offer. I think legislatures need to look at this and see, okay, in 5, 10 years, can we phase out this current system, ensuring that the people that have to pay payback, giving new parents or people who are just about entering high school the ability to know that start saving for your fees, bringing legislation that makes it possible for you to enter a contract with the school in order to fund your education. That way, students will not borrow more than what they actually need. Because if you know that, oh yeah, just keep borrowing, I'll go on holiday, go on, what do you call it, spring breaks and all these dodgy things. The traditions, I hear you. But it's more enjoyable if you've actually saved for the money by working part-time and then going for these holidays than borrowing money to go for the holidays. That's just asinine. My second alternative, which is really the one I think is very much more useful long term, is government is still in the business of providing student loans, but they do that to specific degrees. So anything that is, you have a conference or whatever, a think tank, you discuss with industry people and find out 10, 20, 30 degrees that are needed in the next 10 or 15 years. So what do they need the most? Not what is needed. Everyone claims to be useful or relevant, but what is needed in order to create a better, robust economy and everything. And I definitely, a lot of science and technology fields will have a lot of representatives in this cadre, frankly, because they actually create money, revenue, which is what is going to be put in to train the next set of people. But when you study degrees that have no economic value, I don't understand why you're doing that then. You might as well just go to also government needs to fund, technical schools, vocational schools. Not everyone must go to uni. Some people are very good with their hands, okay? They might be the best carpenters and bricklayers and all whatnot. But because there's this pressure, if you don't go to uni, somehow you're not going to make it in life. That's a joke. That's not true. Pump more emphasis into this field, apparently blue collar work. They tend to have a lot of jobs lined up, waiting for them to do. And there are few competing for the same jobs, relatively, I beg your pardon. So, anyways, making a list of degrees from computer science, engineering, programming, electrical, chemical, medicine, core things. You look at, okay, what do we need in the next 10 years? We have a shortage of pilots. We have a shortage of avionics engineers. We have a shortage of radiographers, of nurses, of architects. How do we plug that? Now you balance it off in some, offshoot method. There's a 95% student loan available for people from those 20 or 30 courses you've identified as running for the next 10 or 15 years. And then the remaining 5% is for the general populace who feel, oh, they need to get student loan. Honestly, I think this applying one of either to relatively compatible means will be the real solution. Combining them as much as possible, drawing ideas from the first part and the second part may be the way forward. And I just hope people pay more attention to doing relevant things. It's not just about what makes you happy in life, okay? What makes you happy is good, but you have to do things that are beneficial to you, people that depend on you, and your society at large. That's just how I see it. Anyways, those are my thoughts. I did just a bit of research into this, and let me know if I missed some things or if you feel there are better ways to do this, because I've looked at it extensively, and I think that the once you guarantee that you're going to be able to fund something for someone, for person B, person C will take advantage of it. Why are tuition fees going up so much? Why? That's the question universities need to answer, because it makes no sense. Anyways, that's it for today. That's my take on it all. Let me know what you think. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely subscribe. And I think that the most important thing is to get the message out and let us see how to move tertiary education and life skills forward in general. All right, then, have a lovely day.